Hello! My name is Gina, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to regret this hairstyle as soon as I start editing. So today we're playing with this bad boy right here, the Morphe 35M Boss Mood. I actually am a little skeptical. This is the first Morphe 35 palette I've bought in a really long time. I actually bought this because I did a poll on my Instagram to see if people were interested in a depotting video for a 35 palette, and almost everybody said yes. So today is our first impressions. I did swatch these last night. They swatched okay. Some of them will probably end up performing better with like a primer underneath them. But today I'm going to play with probably some of these greens and the purple. I fell asleep dreaming about a green and purple eye look, so that's probably what we're gonna do today. I don't think I have anything else to say here in the intro. I will save the rest of my thoughts for when we wrap up. I'm gonna take Fired Up, which is a burnt orange, on a fluffy brush and just lay that in my outer crease. My primer is unset. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's a little patchy. Next I'm gonna take this dark red shade, which is my favorite, like not in the palette, but just like of life, and pop that in here. Going back in with my big fluffy brush and that orange shade, I'm just gonna bring it up a bit so we don't completely lose it. In my editing, I have learned that I need to speak up a bit more because it sounds like I'm muttering to myself a lot, which I am. I grabbed a smaller blending brush and I'm gonna bring that orange into here. I'm gonna take the warm purple, which I think is Power Slayer, and just, I don't want to cover the red, but I'm thinking that it'll help us transition into this purple a bit. I don't know if you can see that, but it applied here, but not out there, and it's patching up. Don't be a jerk. This does not make me super excited for the purple. So my pride and joy, my little oblong flat dude, and I'm taking the dark purple in the bottom right called Transformer, loading that up and praying that this doesn't suck. And then taking the flat end of it and just kind of buffing it in the crease. So I do still have some patchiness. I'm wondering if it's my eyes. I'm gonna go in with Red Carpet on my slightly smaller brush, and then I'm just gonna blend out my edges here. Then I'm gonna use the same smaller blending brush, go back into my dark purple, and just kind of tap and reinforce what got lost in the blending. So I'm gonna go into the lightest green, Stroke of Luck, and I'm gonna use that to buff out to end here. But I do need to go back into that orange and just correct the shape here a bit. Yeah, so I'm actually surprisingly happy with that. Okay. I'm gonna take, before we break, I'm gonna take my flat shader brush, like my big one, and I'm just gonna and I'm just patting it at the base because I don't want to lose the blend that I've done. There we go. So now it's a little bit more intense on the bottom. So I have a smidge of fallout, and I wouldn't read anything into that because I'm messy as hell. So don't worry about that. I'm going to do my other eye, do my face, and then we'll come back and do the lower lash line. All right, so I am back. Face is done. We're here to do the lower lash line. Most everything is pretty much the same as usual, but I am trying out the Lancome, I need to learn how to say this, but the Lancome foundation. I had tried this foundation a couple years ago and I thought it was literally the most beautiful thing I ever put on my face, but the lightest shade that they had was too dark and too pink. So they've come out with some new shades and I'm happy to say that this seems to work. But that's not what you're here for. Let's get back to the eyeshadows. So there are a couple of different ways we can approach the bottom of this. We can do the traditional smoky eye advice, which is as above, so below, which is basically you just repeat what you did on the top part of the eye, on the bottom part of the eye. But I feel like we can do a little better. I really, really want to play with the greens. I think I'm basically gonna make a green gradient on the bottom and see how that goes. I'm gonna take Stroke of Luck on a bigger brush than perhaps you are expecting, because we're gonna go to town on this smoky eye. I'm gonna pat this a bit too. We're just having a good old time smoking this out all the way down to like the first crevice of my multiple eye bags. Gonna go into Express Yourself, and I'm just keeping that a bit closer to the eye, so we're gonna have a very nice gradient of color. So now I'm gonna take the next darkest green, which is Nude Tude. Oh yeah, so fun fact, there was a fire in my neighborhood 2 doors down yesterday, or the day before, and that was, you know, vaguely terrifying, because I didn't find out about it until David came home and was like, Gina, like, get the cat. We need to be able to like leave when we need to. And I was like, well, apparently a house can catch on fire and there can be a bunch of fire trucks outside and I won't know it. And take a smaller brush going into that last dark olive green, which is Green with Envy. It's not super strong, but I'm also not digging into it very hard. So we still want this to be pretty dark. I'm actually gonna grab this black. And this is not typically a thing that I do, because when you add black, it also really desaturates the color, and that's not really what I prefer to do. But then I'm gonna go back on top. I'm gonna pull a bit more of that green shade and then put it on top, and hopefully that will bring the green of it back. So now I blended light to dark, and now I'm gonna blend dark to light again, or that slightly larger brush with the slightly lighter shade. And I'm not sweeping it. I'm very much like patting it in, and I am overlapping them a bit, but I'm not bringing that light shade all the way back up to the top. My big guy here, that lightest shade. So I just put my glasses back on to check out like how my look is going, and I just wanna show you so you can see it. But like these shades, they've kind of got like this smooth, almost shininess to them. I'm not sure what's going on, but I wanted to point it out. I think I'm relatively happy with that. Let's do some inner corner work. Now there's not really much in here that's bright, and you guys know I really like a strong inner corner highlight. I really like this orange. I think it's really pretty. The shimmers just like don't really do it for me. This reminds me of Touch of Glam a bit. I think I'm gonna put the orange down as a base and then come in with a white. I'm gonna take a larger fluffy brush, and I am gonna spray it. So that did something different than I was expecting it to. So I'm gonna take this yellow, load it up, and then connect that with my orange here and bring that up as well. And then I'm gonna take like a little one and dig into my cream white-ish, and then hopefully Yep, that metalliced up very well too. That is very, very different than I was expecting. That foiled up very well. I truthfully, like, I don't know how I feel about it, because on the one hand, like, if your shimmers have like the ability to do this, then they should do it dry, you know? On the other hand, it does allow for a much more flexible application than if they just were crazy pigmented right off the bat. I'm gonna take that cream shade dry and pop it on my brow bone. I think that my inner corner stuff came down a little bit too low, so I'm gonna... Alright, so I'm relatively happy with this. I'm going to do my other eye, finish up, add mascara, lashes, all that good stuff, and I will be back to give you final thoughts. Okay, this is it. So I went a little crazy. I've been here for a little bit. The light has changed. The clouds giving me consistent light have now left. Thank you, clouds. But I just took off my glasses so that you could see. But I went a little crazy. So eyeliner is pretty basic. I actually took my lipstick and made it an eyeliner, and the lipstick I'm wearing is Kat Von D's liquid lipstick in Damned. Then mascara is Bad Gal Bang. I have a purple pencil liner on my upper waterline, brown on my lower waterline, which I smoked out. I also have some glitter on my outer corners. I've been waiting to try this for forever. Betty Jean does this. I'm not sure if it works yet for me. I'm still trying to figure out placement and everything, but I have to say I like it. It's a glitter called a Steampunk, and I really like it. Like I said, my lips are Kat Von D's liquid lipstick in Damned, and I added just a smidge of Carmex just to loosen it up, not going for like a full gloss thing. And yeah, this is the finished look. I really like it. Hey, so editing Gina here. I just wanted to take a second to address some stuff that I'm seeing in editing, so I'm pretty sure you're going to be seeing as you watched, which is that, wow, that looked terrible. I will say that the way that the dark purple created that hard line in my crease is actually very common for me with smoky eyes. If I don't blend that dark color up far enough, I actually find that the matte transfers onto my upper lid. So in order to see whether or not that was the problem, I will go ahead and revisit that look for my 10th look here. So just stay tuned on the channel. I don't know when that 10 looks is going to be going up. I'm taking it pretty slow, but I will be sure to address this in that video, and also be sure to give full details on all of the looks for this palette so that you have a good idea of what's up. Sorry about that. Let's get back to filming Gina. I'm really happy with it. I knew that I was gonna like the color story of this palette. So far, it performs fine. They're not the best shadows I have ever used, but if I were to depot this today, right now, I'd probably keep a lot of what I tried already. This matte dark purple impressed me. Matte dark purples are really difficult. The one that I currently own, that's my current like holy grail dark purple eyeshadow, you can't layer it on top of other shadows. So I was very impressed with this. The greens did very well. This one didn't swatch super great, but I think it functioned pretty okay as like a blending out shade. It doesn't have a lot of opacity. I was very excited with this one. I thought that it went with really well. And the black was actually also performed very well. It blended out well. Things layered on top of it well. So far so good. I won't give like a full breakdown of this until I do like a 10 looks one palette with it and make sure that I use everything. But so far, this is far and away better than the last Morphe 35 palette that I have used, and I'm excited to do more with it. All that being said, thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you would like to see more stuff that I do, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm pretty new here on YouTube, and any support that I get would mean a ton to me. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. Have you tried this palette? Has Morphe like turned around the bend in terms of their formula? I don't know, maybe so. I'd be really excited to hear your experience. I hope that you're having a great day anywhere that you are, and please remember to think deeply and engage with the world around you meaningfully, and I will see you out there on the internet.